Dude. Welcome back, everyone, to Find Music. We're up to episode 448. Feels like almost a halfway point. We'll cross it today. And of course, that will be with the help of our leadoff man, Fred Whitlock.
If you're into psychedelic, ambient, chill, and they're calling it chill music these days, there's a Iranian composer on piano and electronics. He's Pooya, P-O-O-Y-A, and he calls himself Cosmic Matter. And it's a great album, Dream of Unity. It came out in May. It has a great blend of piano and electronic elements, which just fuse together very well. A touch of classical, the modern beats come in, and it's unexpected sounds come up. It runs about an hour of music, and Snow Forest is a great cut. God is a Woman. It's contemplated and very layered, and it's over, like I said, an hour of great music. It ends with the last cut is called The Last Human. So check it out if you like electronic music. And when you look up his Bandcamp or his label, you'll find out that this particular label that he's on has a lot of electronic ambient artists on their label. My next discovery is a vibes player, Angelo Outlaw. And this is a great album if you like vibes player like Bobby Hutcherson and Gary Burton. It's came out in just this year. It's called Axis of Time. And he's backed up by the Eraserhood Sound house band where he recorded this. It's Philly soul, R&B funk, synthesizer comes in from time to time, great guitar work. Even a harp is on 4 cuts and flute. He's on vibes and he does a wonderful job. There's some great cuts on here. Speed of Light's a really good jam. And a reviewer said he shows mature vision and breaks new ground. And this is very interesting jazz, funk, organ playing, vibes playing. And then in March of last year, I found this guy out. He's his 3rd album, Sam Fribush, F-R-I-B-U-S-H Trio. And what interested me is in this trio is the acclaimed jazz guitarist Charlie Hunter, who's run his own bands for many years now. And they met after Sam moved back to Greensboro, North Carolina, and they were introduced together, and he's been in his band for a while, and it sounds like he doesn't mind being just part of a trio and being a sideman. They blend well. This is great organ playing. If you like Jimmy Smith or Brother Jack McDuff, you'll like this album. This is modern jazz funk. It's got great craftsmanship, of course, because Charlie Hunter's an excellent guitarist and blends in so well into this funk, soul, jazz playing. And the pieces really work for me. There's great chemistry, great craftsmanship. He's quoted as saying, "My intention is to take the organ trio music into a new territory." And there's some great cuts on this album, and it's sometimes laid back a little bit, but the notes just flow so beautifully. I really enjoyed it. then I discovered this jazz R&B vocalist, Sarah Jane Morris. She's been recording for quite a while, probably since 1985. She's got over 19 or 20 albums out. But I discovered it because she did a tribute album to the British folk rock jazz singer John Martin. And it's called Sweet Little Mysteries, which is a tune of his from his album Grace and Danger. Now, if anyone's never gotten into John Martin, he's got a slew of albums, and he got experimental. There's several albums that were produced by Phil Collins. I would suggest Solid Air, Grace and Danger, One World. They're beautiful albums. Then he went into even trip trap music and went into a whole different territory. But her tribute, she's done it with a collaborator that she's always worked with, Tony Remy. He's a guitarist, and there's another guitarist on this album, Tim Cansfield, and they rearranged the songs to suit her vocals. They do it very well, and they do some of it, like I said, some of his more famous songs, Couldn't Love You More, Head and Heart, May You Never. They're soulful vocals. Her take is done in her own style. She doesn't try to ape Martin's vocals at all. And it's very emotional. She gets the emotion drained out of the lyrics very well. She really grabs it. It's blues, rock, jazz. It transcends the originals on their own, and her voice just soars. Her latest album just came out in March. It was released on International Women's Day, and it's called Sisterhood. And she celebrates female artists, musicians like Betsy Smith, Billie Holiday, Janis Joplin, Nina Simone, Ricky Lee Jones, Joni Mitchell, Kate Bush are just some of the 10 that she celebrates, but she doesn't pay tribute by doing their songs. She wrote songs with Tony Remy for each woman, capturing their spirit, capturing the type of music that they do. And it's multi-layered, it's funky in some parts. It's a glorious tribute, heartfelt. And she wrote, like I said, each song in their own style of that artist that she's singing about. And she captures their spirit and their charisma in each of the songs. And the album ends with Miss Makeba, and it features an African gospel choir backing her up, and it's just, wow, it packs a punch. The whole album is great. Her voice just soars, and it has a soulful R&B sound mixed in with jazzy sounds. So I highly recommend those albums today.
Nice. You mentioned vibraphone, so in the chat, I put in a link to the Dave Pike video that I did. He was also not just a jazz musician, he was an artist too, a fine artist. I mean, you should see his stuff, it's wild. And I put some of it up online there.
Right?
As always, Fred, you have always great taste of music.
Thanks.
What was the woman you mentioned who did stuff for Joni Mitchell and Ricky Lee?
Oh, she wrote songs about them, Sarah Jane Morris.
Wow, she sounds amazing.
Yeah, each individual female, she wrote a song for them. The first one starts out with a song about Billie Holiday.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Thanks for the info.
Yeah.
Now it's your turn to check these out. Thank you, Fred.